In 2019, Roddy Ricch was unstoppable. The box dominated the charts. He won a Grammy. He was being called the future of hip-hop. But just a few years later, the momentum feels different. So, what actually happened? At his peak, Roddy Ricch, born Roderick Moore Jr., seemed to embody the new generation of rap, melodic, emotionally direct, and able to write a hook that lodged in your head for weeks. The box, with its squeaky door sound, patented cadence, and sing-along chorus, was a phenomenon. It topped the Billboard Hot 100 for multiple weeks, became a cultural reference point, and introduced a mainstream audience to Roddy's blend of street narratives and pop-leaning melodies. His 2019 debut album, Feed the Streets 2, and later his 2021 album, Live Life Fast, along with high-profile collaborations and a Grammy win, suggested the trajectory of a superstar destined for long-term dominance. But music careers rarely follow a straight line. Popularity is influenced by more than talent and hit records. It's shaped by timing, industry dynamics, personal choices, legal trouble, shifting tastes, the pressure of expectation, and events beyond an artist's control. Looking at Roddy Ricch's arc since 2019 reveals several converging forces that help explain why the momentum feels different today. The sophomore slump and the pressure of follow-ups. After a breakout success, expectations rise exponentially. Fans in the industry want another seismic hit. Critics search for artistic evolution. Roddy's debut established him as a major voice, but with that came pressure. Live Life Fast 2021 had commercial success and moments of strong songwriting, but also faced scrutiny that he hadn't delivered a consistent, genre-redefining follow-up to the cultural phenomenon of the box. To some listeners, the new music felt less urgent or less cohesive. To others, it showed experimentation that hadn't landed widely. The gap between a career-defining single and a broader, enduring catalog is a precarious place for any artist. A crowded, rapidly changing musical landscape. The late 2010s and early 2020s turned into a golden, chaotic era for hip-hop and adjacent styles. New stars emerged quickly thanks to streaming platforms, TikTok virality, and producers who can flip sounds overnight. Today's algorithmic feeds reward novelty and short attention spans. A hit song can burn bright, then be replaced within weeks. Maintaining cultural presence now often requires constant output, social media savvy, and adaptability to fleeting trends. Artists who built their reputation on one monumental hit must either pivot to fit the new modes of virality or anchor themselves with a deep catalog and a steady presence. Both are hard to manage in tandem. Public perception, visibility, and controversies. Public image plays a significant role in an artist's commercial life. Roddy has been candid about his background and experiences, and authenticity is part of his appeal. Yet, visibility can be a double-edged sword. High-profile incidents, such as legal entanglements or public disputes, can dominate headlines and distract from artistry. In Roddy's case, his 2023 arrest in Las Vegas and subsequent legal proceedings brought intense media attention. For some fans, legal issues engender sympathy. For others, they shift the narrative away from music. Frequent legal headlines can also complicate touring plans and label support, which in turn impacts momentum, mental health, burnout, and the toll of fame. The rapid climb to stardom often comes without a rehearsal period. Artists who grow famous in their early 20s must suddenly handle business negotiations, relentless touring, constant creative output, and the psychological burden of expectation. Burnout is common. Many artists take breaks, either announced or implicit, between projects to regroup creatively and mentally. Roddy has hinted in interviews about the complicated balance between his personal life and career. Taking time to recalibrate is healthy, but can be interpreted by observers as a loss of momentum. Creative choices and evolution. Artists evolve. They pursue different sounds, collaborate with unexpected producers, or emphasize personal storytelling over radio-ready anthems. Evolution can alienate a portion of an original fan base while attracting a new one. Roddy's tonal shifts and willingness to experiment sometimes produce songs that didn't match the mass market immediacy of the box. That's not failure. Artists who remain static risk stagnation, but it does change how success is measured. Critical reassessment can lag behind creative evolution. Fans ready for big, Charismatic singles may interpret subtle, genre-stretching work as a downer. The role of collaborations and features. Roddy's early years included high-profile features and collaborations that kept him in rotation across listener bases. Over time, as new stars emerge and alliances shift, the flow of marquee features can change. Features are often strategic. They help maintain visibility. If those opportunities wane or are mismatched, it can reduce cross-pollination with other artists' fan bases. Conversely, a single strategic feature can reignite mainstream attention. So pathways back to prominence are always available. The audience's attention economy. Fans' attention is a finite resource. Cultural narratives are cyclical. What's trending today may be yesterday's news tomorrow. A generation of listeners continually discovers new acts via social platforms, which both democratizes access and fragments listening habits. Roddy's core audience remains passionate, but newer listeners may first encounter him through a single song or a viral clip. Maintaining relevance requires both nurturing the core fan base and courting new audiences, an increasingly complex, resource-intensive task. So, was Roddy Ricch's decline inevitable? Not necessarily. Calling it a decline presumes a linear expectation of constant upward trajectory. Instead, what we can observe is a recalibration. An artist who reached a dizzying peak now faces the complex realities of sustaining a modern music career. The variables, creative direction, legal matters, label support, mental health, and the marketplace, interact in ways that can cool mainstream momentum even while an artist's craft matures. Ultimately, the story of Roddy Ricch after the box is not just about loss of momentum. It's about the complexities of modern fame and the structural challenges artists face in the streaming era. He is young, accomplished, and still an influential voice. What happened wasn't a single catastrophic event so much as a convergence of industry dynamics, personal pressures, and changing cultural currents. Whether he returns to the top will depend on choices he makes now, creative risks, legal resolution, strategic collaborations, and on the unpredictable alchemy of timing and audience hunger. For fans and casual listeners alike, the takeaway is this: success in the music business is cyclical, not permanent. Roddy Ricch's career is a reminder that peaks are thrilling and fragile. Sustaining a legacy is a long, often nonlinear climb. The momentum may feel different today, but the potential for resurgence, through a superb record, a viral hook, or a bold reinvention, remains very much in play.